Hi, my name is Chris, and I am a computer engineering student. This is my second year of finishing my degree. And one of the things about my degree is that it's been a journey. And let me tell you the least, it's been pretty hard in terms of the classes I've been taking. Um, Obviously, I have a lot more classes that are going to be, just as hard and maybe even harder. But for the most part, they've been pretty hard for myself because I have not really been able to understand um, when I first started them. I literally just had a big barrier to entry. I never coded. I didn't know any concepts of my degree, and I feel like over time, the knowledge compounds. So every time you take a new class, it gets a little bit easier because you know a little bit more. So with my degree, I chose computer engineering because I knew that technology is future. I knew that software would be, a good field to at least know a little bit of. And for the most part, I still believe that that was a good choice. I did enter with computer science. I then switched to electrical engineering, and then I went to computer engineering. And I honestly am pretty confident with my choice for the most part because I know, like, it's something I actually see myself doing in the future. And the reason I'm making this video is because I basically just want to document everything I'm doing in terms of the knowledge I'm learning and kind of what I'm planning to do with my career and with this knowledge I'm gaining. The main goals that I have are basically just gaining the fundamental skills to build a great business. And for those of you that really want to start a business, those of you that are ambitious, this is for you because me, when I started college, I was always kind of poor. I always grew up kind of um, without much idea of how money works, without much of an idea about um, growing up with money or anything. I never really had a lot of money. Not to say that I was poor, but like I just really never had the ability to just like do stuff that I wanted to do. Um, and once I got to college, you start getting some money, you start working, you are able to see like, how working really is. And you realize that like working is great, but like at the same time, it's not really gonna get you to a level that you want to be if you're just working like a normal job. Um, and it doesn't have you don't have the ability to like move up or like gain more skills. And that's kind of what I've seen is like I entered college, I started working, and I started realizing that like I really just want to develop my skills and get to the level of being able to start a business or being able to be confident in my skills that I can work an engineering job. So basically what I'm trying to do with this series or like documenting is document like all the skills I'm learning. For example, right now I'm taking an operating systems class and I've been learning basic OS fundamentals. Not to say I'm an expert, but kind of just to say that like that's kind of what I'm trying to learn right now. And I want to document like all those little things I'm learning every day that I have a lab, every day that um, I'm learning a new fundamental kind of thing about operating systems. I want to just teach it, and maybe it's not going to be like perfect, but it's going to be like a way for me to just show the world or show you guys, what I'm learning. I have taken C++ classes, taken data structures and algorithms. I've taken fundamental C++ intro class. I have forgotten a lot of it, but like for the most part, it kind of sticks. But yeah, computer engineering. So what even is computer engineering? Like what what how's it different from computer science or electrical engineering? Well, the main thing about computer engineering is like I chose it because it's kind of like the intersection of both. You're not really focused completely on one side. It's like you can learn both. And people ask like, why don't you just go for computer science? Well, you're right. Why didn't I just choose computer science? Well, I feel like personally, um, computer engineering teaches you kind of more like hardware stuff, and it teaches you electrical engineering concepts. that I personally am still very interested in learning. Not that I know if I'm going to be working in anything related to hardware, but I like to know how hardware interacts with the software. I want to learn how to be able to work with circuit boards. And I would really like to have that knowledge, even if it's not like super in depth. I think I am personally very interested in it. And if you are interested in it, I think computer engineering is a very good field to go into because you can work with software and hardware, or you could just go into just hardware roles. So I personally think that it's a very good um, trajectory for me because I'm interested in both software and hardware. So that's why I didn't just stick to computer science. But yeah, my main thing is I want to just basically just show what I'm learning, and I'm going to be kind of showing operating system fundamental skills, and I'm also going to be kind of showing um, other things I'm building because my main goal is to start a business, right? So I have like around 2 years left of college. Um, I just want to show like what I'm doing. I have 2 years left. I am kind of getting to a point that like I'm almost getting an internship. I have some interviews soon, so hopefully I can land an internship. But for the most part, I know like I'm kind of at that point where I'm almost there to be able to get an internship. Um, and I'm almost at the point that like I kind of need to decide what trajectory I want to go for. Like, what do I really want to focus on hardware? Do I want to focus on software? And that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of building. I'm trying to build applications, trying to build websites. I want to build um, basically stuff that like will help me build a business. So like I would like to know how to build a website, how to manage it, how to build um, different software. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe an app. Maybe it can be learning how to manage a backend for a website. All those things, I am very interested in those things, and I am still a complete beginner. So I kind of want to just document like how I'm learning and how I'm trying to implement it for the main goal of being able to build my own thing in the future. And I find it very exciting, and I want to document it because I feel like it keeps me on track, and it kind of just is a way to, it's like my online journal. I can just show the world and I can look back and see how I'm doing. Um, but yeah, I want to just show what I'm doing. Like currently, right now, I'm doing operating systems. It's my third week in this class. And normally, when I have a class, I usually am not that interested in it. Like the concepts are so like it's hard to tie it to like how am I going to do anything with this concept or this skill. But this class specifically, operating systems, it really teaches you like how a computer works and how the software talks to the hardware, how like these systems really communicate. And that's really exciting because a lot of the things that we have to use online really just rely on these processes that people created to talk with hardware, so that your software, whatever you type, whatever you use on your computer, can really communicate with the physical devices. And I find that really exciting, and it gives me kind of more of a drive to like actually want to learn. So like that's why this class is like specifically something that I have kind of spent a lot more time on trying to develop these skills. And I really just want to show like what I'm trying to learn. So like as I said, it's my second year. I'm going to be going into my third year. So I hope to, in this summer that is coming up, land an internship. So I also want to build projects. I want to build Arduino, whatever it is, circuit boards, and build stuff with them. So I can then interview and feel confident about what I'm doing. Um, but the main thing is, yeah, I want to build a business. And do I know if this business is going to be built during college, after college? I personally do see myself working in engineering. Even if I have a business, I do want to build those like skills of being in a job. Like once you work in an industry, you can really get to see the intricacies of a different business. Like if I work in software, I can really see how businesses build like amazing software. if I go do hardware, I can really just like work on that and just see how that works. And I want to build a business, but I really don't know like what kind of business. But like I hope to kind of just like get my feet dirty, get my feet in there and like just start building. And I also just want to build content. Like I have made content for the past like year and a half, but I've never really dedicated myself to it. And the main reason I haven't dedicated myself is because like I feel like for me to make content, I need to have a clear goal on like what I'm trying to do. And I haven't really had that clear goal yet. When I started college, I was like kind of fumbling my way around. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to do computer engineering. Like the first year, I was honestly just like lost. I felt like I didn't like fit in with my classes because a lot of the people that were in those classes were like very smart already. Like these people had already coded for years, and I was like so lost in a lot of these classes that I just felt like it wasn't for me. But then I realized that like honestly, you don't have to be the smartest person. You just have to be dedicated enough. And that's what I found with myself. My first year, I was kind of just like struggling a lot to like understand myself, understand like what I really wanted to do. And then my second year, I kind of solidified that idea. And now I'm kind of just at a point where I'm like, I know I want to do this. It's just a matter of like what field I'm trying to go into and how much I'm trying to dedicate myself to my degree. And I honestly made content because it was a way for me to escape from like all the hardships I had to endure like my first couple of years, my first year. And like I said, I'm making content. Um, I never dedicated myself completely because I just didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what type of content I wanted to make. And now that I'm kind of at a point where like I know that I want to like program, I want to be good at coding, I want to be good at building software, then I can kind of make content about software and make content about coding and make content about hardware. And I could build an audience that is kind of centered around that. Because if you're interested in that, then like I want to make videos for you if you're interested in that. And yeah, so like that's the main reason I'm kind of just trying to also make more content now. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna be starting a series, and it's gonna be a very fun one. I want to just make videos about operating systems, other programming languages, and then also just my life in general. Because the point is that like I live with my parents right now, and nothing wrong with living with your parents, but what I found is like I low key kind of just want to move out. And it's not even to say that like my parents are bad or like this and that, but like you know y- I want to move to a place where there's action, where there's like a lot of movement, particularly a city. um and I don't live in a city. I live in like a pretty suburban, um like smaller city, and I would like to move out. So like making content would kind of help me in terms of like, I guess, connecting with people that are kind of in the same boat as me, and hopefully starting something great. That is my goal. And I guess this is just kind of more of the start of my journey. And I really am excited to document all of this. So stay in touch. Um, there's a lot more to come. And I hope you kind of enjoy this video. I know it's kind of yet just yapping, but like it's kind of just a lot that I've been thinking about, a lot that I've been wanting to put out, and I feel like content is really just a way to externalize what you have internally. Like I have a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts, a lot of like things that I want to do in my life, and I'm just like I need to put it out. I really need to just start because I've been procrastinating for the past like 2 years in terms of really building stuff. I've like always told myself, oh, I want to build a project. Oh, I want to build these skills. Oh, I want to get good at coding. But like I've never truly locked in. Um, and that's what this video is. It's just like, boom. putting it out there, making it clear about what I want to do. And I like YouTube, like these longer term videos, because I feel like YouTube is more, I guess, professional. Like people are able to more like, for the most part, compared to Instagram and TikTok, YouTube is much more personalized. It's more like I can talk directly. And thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate um, the time you're taking, and I'll see you soon.